And welcome to the Mantic Universe podcast. It's Flash Danny Graves here, out on the case, doing a Roving Reporter special episode because we have got the best of the best, the Mutts Nuts, the Poodles Plums, the very best players in the UK. We're here for UK Masters. Now, if you've not come to UK Masters before... That's Nick Williams ruining the recording. Thanks, Nick. See, it's started already. Everybody is super hyped up. It's all very vicious in there. We've got the top 16 best players and the best in race. So if you don't make the top 16 and you're the best, brother Mark Army, you also get to come along and prove your worth. So this year I came 12th, so I can pick whatever army I wanted. But also I qualified best in race for Free Dwarves. I didn't bring my Free Dwarves because I've been playing with Basilians recently, loving it. And I've won every single game that I've used them in the last 3 events. So I'm going to try my luck. Unfortunately, I've just played my first game against Jay Mitchell and I got tabled. So 1 minute you're up, the 1 minute you're down. I'm going to be speaking to everybody I possibly can and giving you all the best coverage of UK Masters. So I'm here with Mark Cunningham, a friendly voice that we've spoken to before. And Mark, you're actually one of the TOs for today, but somehow you're a jammy git and you've managed to get yourself playing.
Yeah, I was spare bitch, so I playing my Ratkin Slaves, which haven't played for a while, and I was playing Alistair Vow's Abyssal Dwarfs.
That's a horrendous list. I saw that it's got 4 regiments of half-breeds, 3 half-breed characters, 4 troops of gargoyles and 2 grotesque hordes. That's a nasty list to face.
Nasty list, apart from everything but the grotesque called my Impaler's Love, because of Rampage. And but no, it was a cagey game, flipping each time, a couple of just off of nerve rolls all the way through. Both of us rolled a few different double ones, some a bit more serious than others. And by turn 6, I'd won. Unfortunately, rolled at turn 7. And it went from a 5-2 win for me on Hold the Line to a 2-5 win for Alistair.
That's not too bad. I got tabled by James Mitchell. It was horrendous.
Oh.
He got first turn, so with elf shooting, scouting, in the first 2 turns he took off all my Sisterhood scouts and my Sisterhood horde. Oh. At that point I was like, so I had to throw Samachris, the Phoenix, the Elohi and Julius all into a Spearman horde. Did like 10 wounds. It was pathetic. His dice were great. He did outplay me, but by turn 3 I didn't have much I could do, and in the end he tabled me. I killed the Spearman horde in the end and a Glade Stalker unit, and he got all 7 points. So I'm back down the bottom tables, I'll spring back up.
So, because we're playing blackjack scoring this time round on Masters, so it's attrition on scenario points and attrition on kill points, as well as your win, lose, loss, draw even. And so, I mean, against Alistair, it was a lot of plus or minus ones on the scenario and the kill. So yeah, neither of us are going to be screaming ahead. James sounds like he's going to be screaming ahead on the kill point difference. Let's see how others do.
Yeah, I think James is on full points for that.
Oh.
So hopefully he'll come up against somebody equally nasty and they'll put him back in his place.
Well, you got the triple threat of Chris, John Quayle and Tom Robinson.
Yeah.
But then there are others fighting at their heels. So...
Yeah, I think I'm going to... Tom and Chris, they've won it like quite a few times now. So I'm actually rooting for John Quayle now. He came second in Clash.
Oh, he's been a bridesmaid.
Yeah, he's always been the bridesmaid, never the bride. I want him to walk down that aisle with his big white dress on this time.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to hold him to the white dress.
Or a wild card player, just out of backfield, coming up. Somebody new, fresh faces.
New fresh face, which shocks everyone.
Well, it's Flo's first year and she's at Masters. She came second at Clash, but to be honest, I don't want to win because she'll be insufferable if she wins Masters on her first year.
Oh, God, yeah.
She has got a very horrendous list. First round was her against Chris. He's currently UK champion and he was using Northern Alliance, and that's a pretty tough list. He's got 3 hordes of ice elementals, a smattering of Scorch Wings, some Snow Troll Primes, and Naiad Horde. So that's a pretty tough list as well. And Chris, he uses lots of different armies, but he's unfortunately good with all of them. So I'm going to see. I want to go in now and see who plays that. Who won that one? It was on the live stream, so everybody will know before me.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only two factions he hasn't won with so far is Orcs and Herd.
Well, that's pretty much the same for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he still did very well on both of those, but it's the only two which he didn't podium.
Beautiful. Well, cheers, Mark.
All right.
And I'll catch up with you later. Smith, the other member of the King of Hearts team.
Hey guys.
And the best undead player in the UK.
And currently representing the Smith team as best Smith.
Yeah,
Because the other better Smith couldn't make it.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, he is getting married this year, so it's understandable. And how did you do in your first game?
Big win.
Big win?
Big win.
Against George's Basilians.
Against George's Basilians, my undead. And everyone's poo-pooing my list on the interviews.
Yeah, George was one of the ones I was like, oh,
he got a really
him.
unlucky double one in his mass cav charge, which meant all his things couldn't pivot and face new directions. So they kind of got held up in a bit of a clusterfuck. And I won the middle and centre, and he made some not bad mistakes. He made a couple of tiny little errors in his last turn that kind of gave me that last section of the board for a 7-0 on scenarios.
So tell us your list and your reasoning behind it.
It's what got me here.
Yeah.
After years of tweaking it, it's Horde of Skeleton Spearmen, backed up by 2 hordes of Whites, and a Necromancer. And then, in my other battle group, I've got 3 units of Rev Cav, one with J-Boots, and Burrowing Worm, and a Flying Worm, and Morgoth the Mandatory.
Yeah, I've faced you a couple of times over the
year. Morgoth
year.
did not enjoy being hexed repeatedly, and then charged, and then hexed and charged, but we did it.
Turns out you didn't need him after all.
No, I killed Julius. One-shotted him. Boom.
Yeah, happened to me.
Turns out if you flank him with a Burrowing Worm with Bane Chant and Brutal and everything else, he dies.
I took a horde of Dracons to the front and deleted him in one go because Bruce Striding and Bane Chanted is just
double Julius death.
Double Julius death.
Was there a third Julius? Did the other guy have Julius?
I don't think
we should go and check the other Julius.
We should go and check. There are 3 Basilian players here, and to say Basilian at OP, 2 of us have lost our first round. So
should we leave the dark cupboard now, Danny?
We're not in a dark cupboard. Actually, now you've pointed it out, it's kind of dark, it's kind of creepy. Let's get out of here, quick, run! And I'm here with Richard Luke, who has been doing the commentating for us over the weekend. Tell me, Rich, what is the secret to a good commentator?
You'll have to ask Steve. I guess it's just trying to sound confident and knowing what you're talking about, even if you don't, and just hope that the audience don't pick it up.
Did you watch a lot of cricket beforehand, so you went for the more subdued commentator, or did you go for the oh my god football?
Yeah, you won't get that sort of enthusiasm out of me, unfortunately. Much more subdued, more dry, snarky comments about Chris mainly.
Well, to be fair, that's just natural and understandable.
Yeah, well, that's it. Just lean into what's natural, I guess.
He did beat Flo in the first round, so he deserves it.
Yeah, that was devastating. I felt sorry for Flo. It was.
Though apparently Chris was accidentally rolling 2 extra dice for his ice elementals.
Oh, 100%.
Until he noticed.
Until Flo noticed.
So at least this time he was caught on camera in front of the entire world.
Yeah. We did talk about voiding the game, but
well, it's stuff like that happens. Yeah. I was playing with James, and he charged in the flank of my Phoenix with his chariot. I didn't notice it, so fair dues. He didn't kill it, and it's just oh, I'm not sure I could have made that. I misread the speed. I think it's only speed 8, speed 9. We looked at it, and it's okay, let's ignore it, but let's just discount the wounds that you did, and it's fine. So
it happens.
It's gentlemanly conduct, and let's face it, Chris and Flo's a very tight game, but I walked past and looked at the table, it was pretty devastating anyway.
Yeah, on paper, it looked like it could have been quite bad for Chris, but just how it ended up, I think it was a big win in the end. Not quite a blackjack, but it was a big one.
And you're a Masters player yourself, so how come you're doing the commentating and not gaming?
Because I didn't qualify this year.
Oh, man. I
Yeah,
thought you were best Brazilian player.
Yeah, I was until George Kirk took him to one of the Northern events. He took him to a weekender and did well. He also did really well at Clash, so they just picked me in the final month. And John Guns picked me for best Goblin as well at Warfare. But next year I'll try and get back.
Yeah, I qualified with 3 Dwarves, but I've been taking Brazilians to the last few events. I've really enjoyed playing with the list. In fact, I won all 3 games in my last 3 tournaments. So, like,
Yeah,
doing really well. And then I come here and get tabled first.
there's no easy games here, though, is there? That's the thing. Yeah, I'm really enjoying playing my Basileans again at the moment. Having a little break from the Goblins. Try and like place well at some tournaments, and yeah, see what happens.
Well, I'm enjoying playing these, but yeah, I've got another couple of armies. I've got a load of tree forest shamblers, tree herders. So I'm finally getting around to doing some Hunters of the Wild. I might just do an entire scouting tree army this year, just for a bit of fun.
Nice.
Just for a bit of a change.
Yeah, I've got a different army in the works as well. I'm off to Orktown at I think it's the end of May.
Orktown, that's USA, isn't it?
Yeah, me and Steve are heading over, which will be fun. But like none of my armies really travel well, so I'm painting up an ogre army to take over there.
Yeah. Something, that'll bounce.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hopefully not off the Americans when you get there.
No, hopefully through the Americans. Right.
Yeah. Where is Orktown anyway?
It's East Coast, Cape Cod, which is like a couple of hours from Boston, I think.
I've seen it mentioned on the telly. But...
Yeah, I heard good things. Apparently the trophies are decent, so like if one of us can bring back a trophy, that'd be nice.
Well, apparently the trophies here are pretty awesome this year. Swords.
I've not seen them actually. I'll go have a nosy.
Yeah, there's a couple of gladiators in there,
nice.
and
Nice.
I have to do a weapons demonstration on how to kill people with them.
On Steve again.
Yeah, I did. Because I do historical fighting with steel weapons. I did a weapons demonstration a couple of years ago at an event and used Steve as a dummy, and he's been quite nervous around me ever since.
Yeah, no surprise.
He's like, put this helmet on. I'm not going to hit you too hard. He's like, oh my God.
Sign this waiver.
Don't need a waiver. It's only a little bit of pain. You feel that in your everyday life.
It's temporary.
Some people feel pain from being hit by a sword. Some people feel pain in their knees. Some people feel pain going to the toilet. Yep. It's just, that's what was going to be Steve's that day. Yep. Beautiful. Cheers for speaking from me, man, and I'll catch you later.
See you later. Cheers.
I'm here with Simon Cooper, who is running League of Rawdia.
Unfortunately, yes.
Not one of the most popular armies. What brought you to it?
Not many people play it. It's an interesting army. It had some unique units.
Well, stand out in the crowd.
It's got Dogs of War, which are one of the best units in theory for infantry, phalanx. You can upgrade them for the shield to Veteranbergs, a shield, ensnare, phalanx, defence 5. They're just insanely powerful in theory. It's got rallying, which not many human armies can get. So yeah, it just looks an interesting, an army really, but it hasn't quite worked out as planned.
Well, it got you to Masters, so
Yes, yeah, bit of luck, bit of help from Flo as well.
Yeah, she's quite vicious with them too.
Yeah, she is.
Well, how did your first game go?
Got trounced by Forces of Nature, Barry.
Mind you, I suppose he's got an all Pathfinder army, and the terrain was, for Hold the Line, was all in the middle of the table. It was quite horrendous.
Yeah,
so,
but that's the way it goes.
Cool. Oh, it looks like food's here, so I'll catch up with you later. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
And I'm here with
Tom Robinson,
who is possibly the greatest Kings of War player in the world. How many times have you won Masters now?
Three.
Is that the record?
Yes, no one else won it more than once, so yeah.
So
I'll take it.
Are you trying to bring home the cookies today as well?
Absolutely not.
Aww.
No, I'm surprised it's gone as well as it has for 2 games so far. So I've won both games fairly big, and it's with a bit of a Mickey take troll undead army.
5 hordes of trolls.
Yeah, and 2 hordes of whites, and the idea is to just shotgun them in with surge and pick up things which people might miss, which has actually worked. It's weird when a plan comes together, but yeah, it has.
Beautiful. So, have you been playing much Kings of War this year or not?
I haven't played since Clash of Kings. I had one practice game. with Rich Tomlinson, who came up on Thursday, and I was a bit like, yeah, just zombie troll army. I'll win a couple of games. I don't think it'll be terrible, but it's going better than I thought, and I'm not entirely sure why.
I heard you tabled Chris's Undead Army last game.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Well, I've lost both of mine so far, so you're doing a hell of a lot better than I am.
Yeah. It's very much a case of when you get into it, and with the whites being able to fly, and you can just pick out little gaps that people won't see with the fly 14-inch, and then get into flanks which people miss.
And you've got a lot of surge.
There's a lot of surge there. It's been useful. It hasn't been amazing, because I don't think anyone's that daft to give you an easy 10-inch surge into somebody's flank. They're going to watch it usually. That said, I nearly caught Cybrand out in turn 2 with a 13-inch charge. Threw 31 at the 13-inch charge and failed it by 1. Which I was like, aha, that wasn't that wasn't a great move. But hey, it worked out in the end.
Beautiful. So now you've got your 2 wins. Do you think there's always that little tickle? You think maybe I can do it. Maybe I can do it.
There is, and I'm like, no, Tom, you won't. This list can probably do 3-2, 4-1, and then the problem is you'll run into a list where you lose 2 or 3 hordes in turn 2, a mix of being alpha strike because I can't stop it because I have no chaff, and again shooting, and I'll lose 2 or 3 hordes, and then that's it. I'm done because I can't come back with being down to 3 or 4 effective scoring units because I don't have any scoring units. It's all I'm relying on hordes to be alive. So, and if you get pushed or something like that as a scenario, I'm screwed because then I can't surge, and they just amble up very slowly. So it's not very well thought out for a tournament, but it is fun.
We don't have push. We've got stockpiles next.
Yeah. I didn't know that when I made the list.
No, that's quite a tricky one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. But thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you on 4 times UK Masters later.
Maybe not this year. Maybe next year.
Next year.
I like to take a year off.
Yeah. Beautiful. Cheers, man. Thanks very much. Be proper without speaking to the king himself. I'm here with Ronnie Renton.
Well, hello, everybody.
And to be honest, I don't want to waste your time. I only need to know one thing. Everybody else wants to know. What's the next army for Kings of War?
Basileans.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hooray!
Heavy cavalry coming soon.
You heard it here, boys and girls. You heard it here. Thank you very much, Ronnie.
Official. Done.
Beautiful. New faces, and I've never actually met you before. So what's your name?
Yeah, good stuff. So I'm Tim Huitt from Kettering in Northants. Come up with Aaron and Sturgis today. So yeah, a few of us here from the local club.
Excellent. What army have you brought? And talk us through what have you brought.
Yeah, so I brought Order of the Brother Mark, which you don't see a lot of. And so basically it's a 3D printed army, and I just shoehorned it into Order of the Brother Mark for a bit of fun. Got a couple of legions of penitents. I think I've got the only legions here at Masters. Ooh. So that's exciting.
Got to stand out from the crowd.
Absolutely. So we've got some penitents forming kind of the core of the army. We've got some Paladin Monster Slayer Horde. I've got a big dragon who's got the Iron Resolve, all the Iron Resolve tools. So he's got Iron Resolve 3 and then Iron Resolve 2 after that.
Ouch.
So it's like, don't plink shoot me, which is great fun. Then I've got a couple of units of Order of the Abyssal Hunt, which are just excellent cavalry. And they do a number on most of the things they hit.
They're the ones that Crush 1, Thunder 1.
Yeah, Crush 1, Thunder 1, 16 attacks. They've got Slayer, they've got Vicious, they've got Fury, they've got all the special rules.
Oh, beautiful. I converted up my Paladin Knights to have dual-handed swords just so I could use them. I've not got around to using Brother Mark yet, but maybe in the future.
Yeah, very cool, yeah. And we've got some cool special characters as well, like High Chaplain Augustus comes with all the special rules. He's giving everyone Rallying 1 to all the humans. He's got Bane Chant 3, Heal 5, so with that Heal 5 you're getting a little bit of sustain in the army as well, so you can keep fighting into the late game a little bit longer. And then got a Exemplar Chaplain, who's providing fury for all the Villain units, because they do like to waver.
Have they got the extra nerve?
They've got the nerve gap of 3. Yeah. So the legions, and he's also giving them rallying as well, which means that those legions can get up to 26, 29.
Ouch.
Which is a lot. There aren't many units in the game which will one-hit them on their own. In fact, I don't think they've ever been one-hit by a unit as it stands.
So everybody out there,
that's the
you've got the challenge.
What can do it? Please don't.
How's your games been going so far? How many wins, losses? Who have you played?
Well, yeah. So I'm sitting on 3 losses and a draw at the moment. My aim was just to not lose all 5 games. So I think I'm the lowest ranked member here because I qualified as best brother mark player, and there aren't many of us. So
Well, I've been tabled twice. I lost my other game and I've only won one. So we might be facing each other in the last round.
Yeah.
Mark Cunningham has lost all his games, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He's a spare player.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm aiming to dodge the wooden spoon. That's my victory of for this weekend.
Yeah. Just give it to Mark. He deserves it.
Yeah. But to be fair, I mean, I've had 4 awesome games so far, and you're a bit worried maybe going into an event like this that everyone is going to be really hardcore. But I've had 4 really good games against friendly opponents, and we've been having a great time.
90% of the people I've seen here I've played before, or I've seen at events. So yeah, people think, oh my God, Masters!
Yeah.
It's the cutthroat den of vipers, but they're all friendly people.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful event. If you want to come along, guys, though, you've just got to get better.
Or play an army
Like Tim here.
or play an army that no one else plays.
Yeah, that's how I used to get in with Free Dwarves. I didn't bring them this time, and if I'd have known the terrain was going to be like this,
oh boy,
I would have definitely brought them. And
I wish, I wish I had some Pathfinder or Strider in my list. That would have been nice.
I've got Pathfinder, but it's on 2 Girth Panther units. So it's just
they're going to do the work.
Yeah, of course they do. Beautiful. Thanks for
Good
speaking
stuff.
to me.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure meeting you, and good luck in your last
good
game.
Stuff. You too. Have a good one.
All over. We're waiting for the last few games and the last few dice to be rolled and find out the results of who is the UK Clash of Kings Master of 2024 season. But in the meantime, I've found another fresh-faced person I've never met before. What's your name? What's the army that you've brought, and how well have you done?
Right, I'm Radic. I'm from Warrington. I played wargames for many, many years. I currently play Halflings, and I managed to actually win 5 my games this weekend.
5?
Yes.
So why aren't you in there already running around going, I'm the champion, I'm the champion? Or has somebody else come closer? Is it between you and somebody else? Like, what's going to happen?
It's likely that I managed to squeeze it through, but I'm way too humble to brag and stuff like that. So no.
I've played with halflings, but I'm absolutely terrible with them. I did okay. What's the secret? Oh, halflings, so what's the secret sauce?
Sweet. Secret sauce is play something that people don't know how it works. So yeah, I think I managed to be on a stream twice this weekend somehow, on game 3 and game 5, and both Steve said that they look at my list, it's like, how does it work? To be fair, I don't even know how it works, but somehow it works. You just send the dogs and pigs that people in.
So really, it's just a game of mass confusion. You're just less confused than everybody else.
Yes.
It's like having to run away from a lion. You don't have to be the fastest in the group. You just have to be not the slowest.
Yes, indeed. Luck obviously helps, but yeah, the halflings, they reward a lot of flexibility and fun ideas. Like I'd say the Grady guys have been MVP for the whole weekend, and not many people like him. Yeah, he's just so good. If you don't sacrifice him early, late game, he can just finish some units
and he's got the life leech 3, so he's just go, I'm going to eat that unit of chaff, I'm going to eat that unit of chaff, I'm going to eat that unit of chaff. Get in my belly!
Yes.
Beautiful. Right, I'm going to go in. Actually, I need a wee, and I saw you on the ways, but...
Brilliant idea. I think I might do the same. So see you in a bit.
We could be out here chatting, and they've already announced the master, and you're like, where the hell's Radic? It's like, he's outside talking rubbish with Danny. Okay, let's go! The new winner of Clash of Kings 2024 season, Radic won it!
Hello, yay!
How do you feel now? Are you on top of the moon?
Yes, indeed. I'm overwhelmed. You cannot feel it in my voice, but I'm very excited. It's immeasurable pleasure.
Well, don't get too excited waving your trophy around, because what have you won?
It's a big sword, actually a gladius. So yeah, I could go fight in Colosseum. Hopefully not, because I don't fight very well in real life.
Well, I've also got a weapon. Unfortunately, it is spoon-shaped. It's very well painted. I've always said Simon Cooper is cursed, because every time I play against him I have the worst luck. But I beat him this weekend. I got the one and only win. Unfortunately, I also got so badly beaten in my other games, he jumped me in the tables by 1 point. So even though he lost all of his games, I came last. So it's not that I'm bad at the game, it's that Simon Cooper is cursed. I'm going to hold on to that thought. So well done, sir.
Thank you very much.
Coming back next year?
I will try. You need to qualify, so I will try my best, but we shall see how it goes.
That a boy. Right, thank you very much for listening, everybody, and good night.